Are we live? I believe we are live. Hello, everybody. It is me, Real American, back in with another live stream. Yep, it's time we finally discuss this crapshoot. We are going to be discussing the 2024 Republican primary and discussing who do I support. I've been hiding from this question for quite a while now. I've been trying to avoid it as much as I can because, quite frankly, the discussions on both sides of the DeSantis-Trump arguments, a lot of it's been bullshit. There's been a lot of bullshit. So, yeah, mic is not muted. Yeah, the mic is not muted. I checked beforehand. So, yeah, we already got a super chat by, of course, that political guy for $5. If you don't endorse Stapleton, I have to issue a strong condemnation. Oh, yeah. Corey Stapleton, so true, so true. Okay. What do you mean you can't hear me? What? How can you not hear me? Alright. Let's do it. It must be you, because I am fine. My mic is fine. That's what I thought. He's been avoiding this because he's too base for us. He supports a Santos ticket. Yeah, hold on. Let me just let me get this better. There we go. Should be better. Okay. Yeah, and my internet's acting up, so I don't know if that's just me or what, but okay. So, let's discuss who I don't support. Oh gosh, let's go by candidate. Okay. First one up is Larry Elder. We're not even going to discuss this. This is just a meme. I don't get it. Why? Why did Larry Elder run? I don't know. Sam Madsen for $2. When can we finally flip Portage County? Talk about Wisconsin. That's the one that's like always been Democrat. I don't know why, but that's the one that's like barely Democrat, right? I don't know. Ron Johnson only lost by like 3, right? So I mean, I don't know enough to say. I think it really depends, though. I mean, I think it will flip eventually, but it's going to be one of those. It's just like Nevada. It's been trending like molasses towards Republicans, but I think it'll flip eventually, but I don't know. I don't know enough to say when. I can't remember the exact margins. Nikki Haley, no. I am not supporting Nikki Haley in the primary. That's just yeah. Nikki Haley, go away. Just, why are you running? There's no purpose of you running. Ask Hutchinson, you know my opinion on this guy. He's a loser. I mean, you're from Arkansas, and you're making a big deal about, we have to protect transgender stuff. What are you talking about? So, ask Hutchinson, we're not going to discuss. Now, Vivek Ramaswamy, I think he's, before what came out today, I think I would have actually given him a quick thought. But what came out today where he basically paid off people to, wash out his history from Wiki, that brings up some serious concerns. I mean, I would, of the 3 of the major candidates or the likely candidates, Ramaswamy's probably my 3rd option. But, he's sinking quickly. I knew he was part of the, the World Economic Forum, but it's one of those things where I didn't think it was not that big of a deal, but it turns out it's a lot worse than we thought, so. And he was picking up steam, and well, I think he kind of shot himself in the foot. So, it's really between Donald Trump versus, Ron DeSantis. Oh, man. Now, before we get to that, I'm avoiding this as much as I can, but I like Perry Johnson. I think he should be our candidate. He should run for the Michigan Senate seat. He has a lot of money, and well, considering the fact that Michigan GOP is a mess, Johnson brings something unique to the table with the 2-cent plan. Ryan Binky just announced. Somebody sent that to me in DMs. It's like, what? Steve Laffrey's in it. Corey Stapleton, the legend himself. I don't know enough about Stapleton. I've heard some good things about him, but I'm not going to make any judgment about that. We're going to discuss the major candidates. Now, let me be clear. There are 5 candidates that I would rank. The first 3, they're the ones that I wish would run for president, but I think they're going to run in 2028, or at least a couple of them. My number one person I would want to run for president is Lee Zeldin. As many of you know, I am a shill for Lee Zeldin, and rightfully so. The guy is amazing, he is my number one guy. He is somebody that can win, fairly conservative, and I like him. He is somebody that can unite the Republican Party as a whole and bring in new voters. That's the big difference about him. He can bring in new voters into the coalition. Now, there's some issues. He's not the most based on the issues compared to others, but Zeldin, in my opinion, I would say, I hope he runs in the future. He's my number one guy, probably in 2020. And I think he's going to be more focused on trying to flip New York, but who knows. And we already got a super chat from Dustin Carter for 5. There's actually hope for Georgia. It's also the most likely of the top needed states to flip back at top, maybe Wisconsin. Kemp voting machine is real. Yeah, I'm starting to think that Trump was just a bad fit for the state. You know, we're seeing like Brian Kemp, he won by 7. I know he went against Stacey Abrams, but he was fairly conservative his last year in the governorship. And, well, he did pretty good. And I hope he does run against that loser in 26 for the Senate seat. So, yeah, Lee Zeldin, he's not running, obviously, but if I had to choose for my number one absolute pick, it would be Lee Zeldin. He can expand the coalition and would be a big benefit. I hope he's on the VP slot for any of the presidential candidates. Number 2, I have to go with my man Hawley from Missouri. I don't have to say much here. The guy is amazing. He has great optics, great on the issues, but I still want him to run a little more in the Senate, then hopefully jumping for the presidency in 28. Number 3, J.D. Vance. The only reason Vance is this low is because he is, new to the U.S. Senate. We got to give him some more time to be based, and he is working with both sides of the aisle, but for good things, not this crap like the Patriot Act 16. He is making policy that helps everybody. So those are my 3 picks. Now we get the, Trump versus DeSantis. Let me be clear. I like both of them. But I have my own concerns with both of them as well. Here's my issue with Trump. Policy-wise, I think if he focused on what he's pushing out on those policy videos, he would win 2024. My problem is I think he's going after the wrong people. And again, I know Trump did this in 2015, but it was entertaining back then. He still focused on issues. What happened in 2020 and 2024 is he's not really talking about at rallies. He's not focusing on what's in his policy videos. And those are amazing. If the policy videos were his rallies, he would be unstoppable. But I have my concerns about that. And overall, he's been, I think, going tad too far against some people for some, I don't know why, but there's some people he's going after that I don't know. I don't understand why. But that's my concerns with Trump. My thing with DeSantis is he's been a good governor. He has been a good governor for the state of Florida. But I have my concerns. I mean, can we stop denying the fact that his foreign policy record's atrocious? It's awful. And I know people can change, but when he was in the Congress, he was awful on foreign affairs. He was good on immigration. But some of the things he was on, he was just bad. Trade, foreign affairs, Social Security, Medicare. And I can understand you can adapt. That's one thing. But there are some serious concerns about DeSantis. And some of the people around him are complete idiots. I mean, when you even got a never Trumper New Hampshire saying that DeSantis' people are losers, I mean, what does that tell you? And let me be clear. This whole electability nonsense, Trump and DeSantis, based on the real polling we're seeing, not this crappy internal that's getting pushed by losers, there's virtually no difference. Of the real polls, and actually the vast majority, there's a margin of error within every single one of them. Of Trump versus DeSantis, nationally. You don't have Trump losing the national vote by 1 point, DeSantis doing the same. Plus, with the DeSantis margin, that's a bit misleading. There's more undecideds. So, this crap that, Trump would do 15 points worse than Nevada, that's baloney. That is bull. Now, with my decision, I was also thinking the future. Yes, I know, that's kind of funny to say that we're arguing about the 78-year-old guy. The future and all that stuff. But here's my thing. You have either the future now or the future down the line. Either Trump is a nominee and hopefully wins the presidency next year, and then 4 years down the line, DeSantis has a good chance. Or you run DeSantis now and have a good chance of winning now and have 8 years of probably a DeSantis presidency. But here's my thing. What do I want? When you think about that, do I want potentially 8 years or potentially 12 years? Because Trump, if he runs, and if he wins, I think DeSantis is the likely favorite going to 2028. And I think he wins re-election. If he runs for president and he wins, I think he wins re-election. That's 12 years of control. So, I've been hiding this for a while. Just everything when you think about it. Issues-wise, there's some issues I like DeSantis better on, some I like Trump on. On the future, I like the idea of the future now, but I also like the idea of more control for a longer term. You know, there's a lot of things that go into it. But here's the biggest factor. Guys, who can unite the party easier? Donald Trump or Ron DeSantis? Well, let's be 100% real. Trump. Trump is the one that can... He's already at, 60% nationally? I think that you just look at it logically, Trump can unite the party easier than DeSantis. Well, I guess you could probably say, if there's a competitive primary when my state comes up, that means there's candidates running, it isn't just, one person. If the primary was held tomorrow, and it was a competitive primary, people didn't drop out, I would be casting my vote for Donald Trump. There, you wanted to hear it? I will be voting for Trump in the primary. So, that's just me. I will support Donald Trump this primary. And I'm not going to attack DeSantis. I will not be attacking DeSantis or anybody. It's unnecessary. But I just look at it, everything. I think Trump now makes better sense. It just, logically. And I understand there's some arguments you could say that, DeSantis may lose in 2020. I think if Trump wins now, who do the Democrats have left on the bench? Maybe Shapiro? Maybe? But I think it's a good opportunity for DeSantis to build up, I would say, a campaign with, 6 years? Dustin Carter for $2. Can Republicans quit going against each other out of spite? I agree. I hate this stuff of, if you do not agree with me on 100% of issues, you're a rhino. I hate that. Look, I will say this. If Trump loses 2024 and he runs 2020, I will not support him. But in 2024, as of now, I think Trump's our best bet. Just logically. Short-term and long-term. Who can unite the party easier? I mean, I'm not attacking DeSantis. I have my issue with both. Trump, I think he really dropped the ball in the Bud Light stuff. His people did horrible with it. At the same time, DeSantis has terrible optics. I mean, signing bills in the middle of the Middle East? It's like, dude, really? So, yeah, I said it, Trump 2024. I mean, I'm being honest. Plus, a Trump DeSantis ticket. I've always hinted at this. This was the best option. Now, I personally want my man Zeldin on the ballot, but, it's probably not going to happen. So I'm just being realistic here. So, yeah, all the people calling me DeSimps and saying that you worship DeSantis, I'm just a realist. I'm being real when I say Trump isn't going to win the national popular vote by 7. That's delusional. If he does win it, I will be shocked. You already said this in the indictment stream. Yes, I know. But people just forgotten about this. And I always want to clarify, or I should say clarify. I should say, I always think over what I say before I officially say it. I said it then. That was probably because of emotion. I thought it again. And I realized, yeah, Trump is our best option. Trump is just everything you look at. He is our best option. So I don't care what people say. Call me a Trump cultist or you want. I will go after Trump. And this is my thing. Why have I been so hard on Trump? And I don't think I have. But I've been going after Trump for one reason. I want Trump to be the best possible candidate he can be in 24. And some of this cult-like behavior by certain people doesn't help. It fuels the Democrats' point. And plus, when Trump focuses on issues, and I've said this plenty, those policy videos will give Trump a second term if he focuses on it. But if he doesn't, then that's my problem. Dustin Carter for 2. Trump needs to hammer Georgia, Nevada, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania. Let's see. You mean how hard Arizona is? I think Arizona's in trouble. I think we're in trouble in the state, no matter who. So, yeah, I mean, I just think when you logically look at it, Trump is our best shot. Do you want him to act presidential or act like 2016? I want 2016 Trump. This isn't even 2020 Trump at times. When you focus on policy, that's 2016 Trump. DeSantis has almost no appeal in the Rust bill. We stuck. That's my... I'm not going to look into that because I still cannot say for certain. I do have my concerns about DeSantis in Wisconsin, in Michigan, in Pennsylvania. Now, Trump's problem is states like Georgia, he's going to do way worse than this. Well, I shouldn't say way worse. That poll that had DeSantis doing 12 points better, that's delusional. Maybe a couple points. But outside of that, maybe a state like Arizona, maybe Virginia. Trump in the Rust Belt will outrun DeSantis by a point or so. Not this huge 15-point difference like some people claim, but I think he will do slightly better. There's no state outside of Florida where DeSantis would do better. I think there's a state like Georgia he would. And Texas. I think he would do actually a couple points better in Texas. But outside of that, when you do the math, electorally speaking, they do virtually the same. DeSantis can't win the Midwest because of his Social Security. Yeah, he's had some bad votes, and that's my concern. But I don't think that will cost him if he is the nominee, which I don't think he will. And that's another point. I've just accepted Trump's probably going to be the nominee. Where is DeSantis going to find these voters from? If Trump is getting above 50% of the vote everywhere, it doesn't matter. It doesn't frickin' matter if he gets every single anti-Trump vote. If Trump's at 50 plus 1, it's over. He'll do better in North Carolina. North Carolina, I think it's a wash. Did you hear about Dan Bishop is considered running for Attorney General? He is? Wow. I kind of, ooh. Would Dan, that's an interesting one. Bishop in the House or as Attorney General of North Carolina? I actually want him to be Attorney General. I want the most base people in states like that to go in the, governorship, attorney general, turn the state red. So yeah, Sam Madsen for 2. Who does better in Minnesota? I think it's a wash. And DeSantis may not even run. So, which I think is the best option. If he wants to has a good chance of nomination in 28, don't run. For the love of God, politically, stop it. Arizona GOP is the most incompetent GOP state party. It was good 2 years ago. That's the thing that's just baffling. I mean, they were fairly nationalist a couple years ago, and I don't know what happened. I just think the 2020 stuff really is going to kill him. And that's the thing. That's always been my concern with Trump 24. It's always been related to 2020. Don't talk about it. Don't bring it up. Ignore it. Just don't even say a freaking word. Will shady stuff happen 24? I don't think so. I don't think you're going to see what we saw in 2020. Because a couple states did improve their laws slightly. Plus, I think Republicans are starting to finally get their act together on it. Yeah, and plus, I hope JFK splits a ticket against Biden like Weaver did in 1892, allowing Trump a win like Cleveland got. Yeah, I think RFK's doing a lot better than people think. I really do. He's already at 11%. I think he will do good. COVID's the biggest stuff. Yeah, you don't have that anymore. You don't got the COVID stuff with that for what happened in 2020. I'm trying to be careful, YouTube. I'm not alleging anything. I'm just saying the truth. Trump should just ask if you were better off than you were 4 years ago. Exactly. People here what people need to understand. People may not like Trump, personally, but they will admit, a chunk of them will, that he was right. He was right, politically speaking and policy-wise, he's a way better president. Now, we got to see how much the personal stuff's going to hurt. I don't think it's, he just needs to get, 48% of the vote nationally? 49? And I think he wins. RFK is red-pilling the crap out of the moderate Dems. Yeah. So RFK, even if he loses, he's won us a lot of support. Okay. Do you think Trump should debate the Yeah, I think he should. This idea that he shouldn't debate, that's stupid. Just debate. You got to get prepared for 24 against Biden. And he always gets warmed up in the primaries. Look at 2015 and 2016. He got warmed up with those primary debates. Dustin Carter for 2. Georgia, Wisconsin are salvageable past 24. Arizona and Michigan is downside. Yeah, I think Georgia, we're actually in a good situation now. I think we're starting to finally get a grasp on things. Wisconsin, I'm iffy, but there's some Facebook boomers about to blow up the entire state party. So, rap. Don't talk about 2020. Let's rap shitty stuff. Yeah, I could say shady stuff happened. I'm not going to say the F word or anything like that because, YouTube. But that doesn't mean talk about it 24/7. But yeah, Arizona, we're not looking good. Michigan, the problem is the state party is so useless that they raised like $100 in 3 months. So, yeah, Michigan is that's a state where it should be a gold mine. There are so many rural voters that still vote Democrat, unlike Pennsylvania. It's absurd. Raptors, my opinion, but I think RFK would be more likely to endorse DeSantis. I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't, but I think RFK is not going to endorse Biden. I really don't see it. Trump doesn't talk about 2020. I never said that. I'm just saying when he does. When he does, it's like, no, don't talk about it. Try to make a Rumble video about the news in Harris. I heard about it, but I want to get details on it. Did you hear that Kari Lake is probably running for the Senate? God help us all. Oh, man. Don't. I'm begging you, don't run. Just don't, please. Blacks are shifting heavy Republican for the first time since, hold on. Blacks are shifting heavy for the GOP. We won the highest black vote share last year since 1976. Michigan will go red. We're not going to turn Michigan red because of that, but that could be part of it. What if RFK endorses Trump? Bad news for Biden. It just, that fractures the Democrat Party even more. It's like if Bernie endorsed Trump in 2016. What do you think would have happened? Whoops, excuse me. Let's see here. Who is Trump's VP going to be? I have no clue. Masters horrible state. I'm not saying that. Blex is real, so true. I never said that. I just said that I think Republicans are going to do better with the younger black male voters. They're going to do slightly better with them. And that may help us in Michigan, but not by much. But the Blex stuff's still a scam. But it was the young black men that did shift really Republican. It shifted 15 points Republican or something crazy? Yeah, I don't know who Trump should pick as a VP. Personally, Kim Reynolds, Lee Zeldner, DeSantis. Pick your poison. But that's just me. That's just me. What about Tucker? Yeah, he's not going to run. He's more useful still doing new stuff. Illinois will invade Wisconsin. So true. Who's the best president besides Washington? Ooh. I'm not going to answer that because, I don't know. That's a tough one. When's Ross Pro Part 3 coming out? Probably late, third week of May. That's my guess. Oh, I just got a Biden. Wait, seriously, you got a Biden ad on this? Oh, gosh. All right, so is Virginia salvageable? I think it could, partially. There's a couple congressional districts we should do better in. Outside of that, I think it's going to be like a likely dumb state. Eisenhower's underrated. Oh, yeah. Eisenhower's up there. He's very underrated. Will Trump win Waukesha County by 6? He needs to do at least a point better. And Waukesha at the bare minimum. Biden videos are completely trolled. Okay, so yeah, I think we're gonna kind of cut the stream up short today. I just wanted to discuss a live discussion about 24, and the fact is, I do support Trump. Trump, in my opinion, is the best option. Just when you look at everything, plus DeSantis may not run, plus logically speaking, it'll be easy for him to unite the party. So if you don't got any more, send your super chats now or forever go in peace, because we're going to probably end really quickly. No shot Trump gets 63 in Waukesha. To be determined. I'm going to Biden for president ads when I watch conservatives on YouTube. Well, because he's running ads. So, Sam Madsen for 5. Even when the Republican gerrymander is thrown out, do you think Dems still are unlikely to take the Wisconsin legislature? They can't. The only way that they can really get a Democrat majority is some egregious gerrymander where it's like all the districts are mangled in Madison. That's the only way. So, yeah. Ever watch the entire Biden ad? It only costs him if you watch one way through. Yeah, so I think, honestly, I don't think the map's going to change that much. Because Republicans, their secret weapon is they got the impeachment stuff. So they could theoretically throw out the entire court. So if they do redistrict, it'll only, I would assume, wouldn't change that much. It would just make Derek Van Orden's job more hard. Trump only has 4 more years. No one else needs to waste any of their 8 cleaning up Biden's mess. Yeah, that's my, I don't know. There's a chance the Democrats could have flipped the New Hampshire State House. Yeah, when that goes, it's over. I honestly expect us to lose Michigan in 24, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Georgia, and their question. Whoops. Georgia, it's getting, I don't know why I'm suddenly getting a bit more confident on the state. Thoughts on Trump opting out in the debates? That's stupid. Don't do it. It's only gonna make you look worse. That's how I see it. Now, if it's just Nikki Haley up there, fine. But hopefully the court doesn't crack Milwaukee. If they do, it'll go to the Supreme Court immediately. Do you think if RFK Jr. ran as independent after the primary, he could affect Biden's reelection? I think he hurts him in that case. Sam Madsen for 5. So what will the new legislative margins be? It's currently 22-11 and 64-35. It's probably going to be like, 19-14 and like somewhere around like 58 seats Republican. It's hard to tell because are they really going to go balls to the wall and just like gerrymander the crap out of it? I don't know. Princess Ryder for 5. Youngkin for VP. He said he won't run in 24. I think just keep him the governorship. Or run for the Senate seat. That's the two best options for Governor Youngkin. Darren Bailey casually doing amazing in the Chicago suburbs. Yeah, I want to know how. I still can't get over the fact Darren Bailey, one of the most conservative guys in 22 in Illinois, outran many Republicans. I can't get over that. Dave 5 asking for Shrek 2 review. No. Just absolutely not. Cracking Milwaukee will be a VRA violation. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to. Can George Santos win re-election? I hope he does, just to give the middle finger to certain people. Do you think Illinois could go run a governorship? It depends on the environment and it depends who's running. I know Bailey did well to turn out. I just can't get over that. Best case scenario for Trump is we enter major recession 24 and RFK fractures a sizable chunk of the Dem voters with some voting for Trump and maybe staying out. Well, I think the first part, based on the fact they're jacking up interest rates again, I think we're going to see a recession. It's a matter of how big and when. I love Robinson, but he is giving me Lake vibes, which scares me. The ad supposedly mean it will terraform the state, being a firebrand. I don't get that vibe from him in the ad so far. He seemed like just a chill dude. But who knows? He may have released a new ad. I didn't see it. Review American Psycho? Maybe. I may review that one. I have a hot take on that one, but I'm not going to share it here. Do you think Jackson really could win the governorship in 25? Maybe. I think 21 was his best shot and the GOP screwed him over. Bailey did better than Mastriano. Oh, gosh. I forgot. Like, didn't he do, 5 points better or something crazy? Brett Favre for Senate. Don't give me started on the Packers stuff. Chef Strato for 2. If you win Virginia or New Mexico in 24, your reaction, the salt. If Republicans win New Mexico or Virginia in 24, we're talking about the opposite of 2008. I mean, we randomly flipped some states we shouldn't have. Texas GOP map should be redone. It's so stupid and shit. Needs to be to bring back Maya Flores. I don't like Flores. She blocked me because I called her out on some stuff. Zeldin did better than Mastriano. I can't get over that. How would Breaking Bad characters vote in 24? Like old libertarian. Gustavo may vote Democrat. That's about it. The rest would just all vote Democrat or libertarian. This independent prefers Trump to Biden, so there goes you for SARS. Yeah, I think there are a lot of independents that, they hate both, but you just got to get enough to say we're voting for Trump. The former majority leader that Ed Durr beat in 25, or that Ed Durr beat is planning to run. Oh, man. Please. Pull the Ed Durr moment. Only have $500 in funding and just leave. Hank would vote Trump. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, Hank's the only one that I could think would vote Trump. Well, I don't know. The rest, I think, would just vote Libertarian and, a couple Dems. I mean, they're drug dealers. I live in New Jersey, but I'm fleeing to Ohio. The state sucks. Yeah. Yeah, and if you're fleeing these, like, blue states, just go to a state like Arizona. Go to a state like Nevada. Go to a state like Georgia, not Florida. Because we gotta play this smart. We can't have all of our voters in one state. That's not going to end well. Duster Carter for 2. If we lose in 24, how big a red wave will 26 be? I think wave years are dead. I really think wave years are dead. If Biden can have a popularity of like 40% with all the indicators going against him and Republicans barely get the House, yeah, no. Rate California on a scale of 1 to 10. The northern parts of Northern California is good. It's probably like an 8. Like the very northern part. The rest is like a 1. I'm just being real. Opinion of the New York Stock Exchange guy from Michigan Senate. Who? Bailey should primary Mike Bose. I did hear he's probably going to run for that seat. Hopefully. From Zeldaland, 2022 was a bruh moment. Yeah, that was painful. I wanted Zelda to win so badly. Alright. So I think we're going to call it here. If you got any more super chats, again, send them right now or forever go in peace or whatever. That was because of huge Democrat gerrymanders. That's part of it. I mean, you don't explain when everybody... Don't let some of these Democrats fool you. Everybody thought they were going to get at least 240 in the House. But it is what it is, whatever. Thoughts on Howard Hamlin? Oh, gosh. No. Mike Boss was only based when he lost his temper on the Illinois legislative floor. He did? I didn't hear anything about this. Will Kansas turn blue? I don't think so, but I think it's going to be much closer than it should be. There's some idiots up there. Steve Daines recruiting John Tuttle, who is the vice chair of the New York Stock Exchange. Oh, I heard about that guy then. Have some problems then. We could have a problem in Michigan. Back when he was a congressman, he went ballistic and started yelling at Democrats. I gotta see that. I gotta see that clip. Stay in chat. CNN Town Hall is not on for a week. Yeah, I know, but I gotta do some stuff a little bit. So, do you think in a recession RFK Jr. could be in Biden primary? No. If RFK won a primary, that will be probably one of the biggest political upsets in modern history. I'm just being real. Duster Carter for 2. Our Alaskan Kansas trendy blue. Kind of. Oh, should we do a live reaction to CNN Town Hall? When they do it with Trump? I may do it. I'm going to do a live reaction of it. When are your next live? I'm probably... my plan is like every couple days to go live. But for sure we're going to be live for a live reaction to the Town Hall. Of the Town Hall, excuse me. So yeah, I think that's everything. Yeah, thanks for the super chat very much. Again, thanks for all the support. Yep, I will be voting for Donald Trump in 2024 in the primary. Now, if it isn't a competitive primary, I will do something, but let's just do that. Do it. Yeah, so when is the Town Hall? It's next Tuesday, right? Town Hall Trump. Let's see here. It will be next Wednesday, it looks like. Okay. So we're probably going to do a live reaction to that. That should be that should be interesting. Are you going to stream the Kentucky primaries? Those are next Tuesday, right? Or when? Because it's one of those weird times of year. I don't know exactly when all the primaries are. The only way RFK would win is if we could coordinate mass crossover voting. And that's what I'm saying. If my state does have a competitive primary, I will vote for RFK. Just to screw with Democrats. So, yeah, I'm going to stream the Kentucky primaries. When are they? Are they next week? Who knows? That's an FU to Fox News from Trump. Yeah, when you're going to CNN instead of Fox. I mean, Fox killed itself. What do they have now? Sean Hannity? You think people are gonna come out in droves for him? Jesse Waters kind of, but yeah, no. The primary is May 16th. Yeah, we're going to be live for that then. We will be live for that then. I wouldn't mind crossing over. Yeah. So if the state does that, if you do not have a competitive primary or time, screw with Democrats and vote RFK. That's what I may do. If the Republican primary settle, I will do that just to screw with Democrats. Yeah, May 16th. So yeah, we'll stream that. We'll stream the town hall next week. And yeah. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below. Subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the Twitter account in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Thank you so much. Again, as of now, Trump 2024. Godspeed to all of you. And we're streaming next week. Don't forget that. I'll announce that on the community tab later. Yeah, seriously though, guys,